Hello and welcome back to the channel. Samuel Blay here. Today we are exploring another feature in Excel that can transform how you work with data text to columns. Have you ever received a messy data set with names, dates, or other information crammed into a single column? Today I'll show you how to split the data efficiently and organize it into a separate columns. This tutorial is perfect for beginners and regular users who want to improve their Excel skills. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So what exactly is text to columns? It is a tool in Excel that allows you to split data from one column into multiple columns based on a delimiter like comma, space, or even fixed width. For example, if you have a full name in one column, you can split it into two columns, first name and last name. Let's start with this example in the employee names sheet. We have a full name here, which have first name and last name, and some have middle names. The full names are clumped together in one column. We want to separate them into different columns. So to do this, you select the entire column, which is the full name, go to data, then go to text to columns. The text to column wizard will pop up. And the first option to choose is choose the file type that describes your data. You choose the delimited. Then click on next. So here you have to choose the delimiter. Looking at the data, the delimiter is the space. So you choose space. Right away in the data preview, we can see that there's a line in between the names, which shows us how the data will look after we've clicked on finish. And then click on next. Here it will ask us of the destination. So which cells should you start splitting the names? The default one is A2, which we can change it by clicking on this arrow, then selecting B2. Click back on the arrow again, then click on finish. And the name will be separated into first name, middle name, and the last name. Let's click on. Now back to the data tab, text to columns, delimiter again, next, the space selected, let's click on next. And this time around, we are going to choose the default destination, which is the A2, then click on finish. And the name will be separated from the A1. So we still have the first name, middle name, and the last name. Now let's look at another example separated by another delimiter. So let's go to the product sheet. And we're looking at this data, it's separated by commas. So just like that, we can select the column, go to data, text to columns, select the delimited, click on next. This time the data is separated by commas. So you select comma, then deselect space. And this will separate the data. Click on next. And destination, you leave it like that and click on finish. And our data will be separated. Sometimes data isn't separated by a specific delimiter, but multiple delimiters. So how do we handle this? Let's demonstrate by going to the employee data one sheet. We have employee data here, and this employee data has different delimiters. In between these names, we have semicolons. When you look at the row 5, the names are separated by comma. Then in the row 6, the names are separated by spaces. So how do we split this data? As usual, let's select the data, go to data, then text to columns. Delimiter selected, let's click on next. The delimiter is already on comma, so you leave it like that. Some are separated by semicolons, so you select the semicolons. Some are also separated by spaces, so you select space. And right away in the preview, you can see that all the data has been separated. Let's click on next. Then the destination, let's leave at A2, then click on finish. And the data has been separated into first name, second name, then email address, then telephone number. This is how you can split data which has multiple delimiters. Lastly, on the delimiter, the data can be separated by delimiters which are not in the specified ones. So in the email column, let's select the email. We want to separate the domain name from the username. How do you do it? This is separated by @. So as usual, you select the data, go to data, text to columns, delimited selected, click on next. These are not separated by semicolons, so we have to deselect that, deselect comma, then space, then select other. What other delimited is separated by? Separated by @. So I'll type in @. Right away in the preview, you can see it has separated the data. Click on it. And this will separate the names from the domain name. So this is another way of separating data based on other delimiters. Sometimes the data isn't separated by a specific delimiter, but follows a specific width. In this case, you can use the fixed width option. To demonstrate, let's go to employee data 2. We have employee data here, which follows specific pattern, which is employee ID, then the employee name. So to separate the employee ID from the employee name, let's select the employee data, go to the data, then text to columns. This time let's select fixed width and click on next. On the data preview, you can see a ruler here. You can drag and place the line in between the employee ID and the employee name and click on next. And in the next preview, you can see it has separated the employee ID from the employee name and click on finish. And this will separate the employee ID from the employee name. This is how you can also split data using the fixed width. That is it. That's the end of our tutorial on text to columns in Excel. Congratulations, you've learned how to split data using the text to column feature in Excel. This tool is essential for cleaning and organizing data efficiently. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Excel tips and tricks. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.